Hey guys, Derek here. Welcome back to the channel. We are back with some more video game content. This time we are going to be reacting to the official premiere trailer and the gameplay trailer for Avatar Frontiers of Pandora. This is another open world game coming from Ubisoft. I believe it's the same studio that's making the open world Star Wars game, and they're just kind of like two sides of the studio, obviously. But I think Avatar is super dope. I had so much fun watching the first movie way back in, 2012 when it came out, and then I watched the sequel here on the channel, and I had so much fun watching that one. I definitely cried a couple times during that film, but it was such an experience and so much fun, and I think the world of Pandora and just the Na'vi and all these people is a environment and a setting rich with storytelling potential. So the fact that they're making a video game set in that universe, but also just like the type of game that I would theoretically want to play, I'm very interested in seeing that. So at the Ubisoft Forward event just yesterday, they released a couple trailers for the game and some other games. I'm going to be reacting to those trailers as well, but for right now, we're going to check out the world premiere trailer and the gameplay trailer for Frontiers of Pandora, and I'm very excited. So, before we jump into this, if you end up enjoying my reaction, please leave a like on the video. It means a lot to me. If you're new here, hit subscribe, ring the bell so you're notified when I upload, especially if you want to see me play this game on the channel, because if it gets good reviews, I'm probably going to be playing it. You know, I like good video games. And then if you want to support me outside of YouTube, consider checking out my Patreon that is linked in the description down below. But otherwise, let's check out the world premiere trailer for Avatar Frontiers of Pandora. I think that's what it's called. All Na'vi are defined by their actions. Footage captured on PS5. That's what I have, baby. I might get an Xbox when Starfield comes out, though.
The RDA's greed poisoned our world.
Secure the perimeter. All threats must be eliminated.
They took everything from us. From me. I was trained in their ways, their technology, their weapons.
Okay.
Things that a Na'vi should not know. And then one day, they left.
Hell's Gate is under attack.
That's because they got sent away.
Now, kill all the Na'vi children.
But before they did, our teacher saved us and put us to sleep.
This is your only chance to survive.
And there I remained for 15 years.
Oh, damn.
Until one day,
Just
I
unconscious.
awoke. And I was free.
Is this... So this is set like well after the story
Free to
of the
explore
movies?
my world.
Is this a first-person game?
Free to decide who I was going to be. Free to discover what I was meant to do.
Now you see what they kept you from. Your true home.
I want to fly one of these things. Yes.
Now Pandora is under attack.
Oh, they're back again.
Don't let the Na'vi get in our way. Get rid of them.
And I have a choice to make. I choose to protect my home.
Okay, so this is either set before or after the story of the movies, I assume.
I was a child of two worlds.
It looks crazy so
I am
far.
no longer. I am Navi.
Okay.
Sivako.
Rise to the challenge. December 7th. Okay. That looks interesting. I want to see the gameplay now. Okay, my first initial thoughts are that looks interesting. You know, the concept of, you know, fighting. I mean, obviously, the general concept of Avatar deals with fighting against these, like, foreign invaders and protecting your homeland and all that. But just like being a Na'vi defending your world, it just sounds like a good time. I'm curious if it's gonna be like first person for the most part, or if they'll like switch to third person when you're flying like the dragon bird things. Like, will that look? It looked like they switched to third person, but I wonder if like the rest of the time you're in first person. I'm curious because I'd prefer like a third person option, but you know, I'm fine with first person as long as the game is good. But now we're gonna watch the gameplay overview and they're gonna talk about, you know, how the game plays and what style it is and the objectives and all that jazz. So I'm very excited.
Welcome to Avatar: Frontiers of Pandora, a first-person action-adventure game that invites you to explore the engaging world of Avatar in an
Confirmed.
immersive open-world experience. I'm Didi Dienfeld, game director, and I'm excited to reveal what's waiting for you on Pandora. The story of our game begins when the RDA expands their operations to the western frontier. John Mercer, one of the leaders of the RDA, abducts you and other Na'vi children from your home to teach you the ways of humans, hoping to mold you and turn you against your own people. But his plan is interrupted by the Battle of the Hallelujah Mountains, and you are put into emergency cryosleep. When you awaken 15 years later, you are a stranger in your birthplace. Knowing the dangers posed by the RDA, you set out to take them down and look to secure the help of other Na'vi clans. Initially, you're perceived as an outsider, so you have to reconnect with your lost Na'vi heritage
So this takes
to
place
gain their trust.
theoretically
On your
after
adventure, you'll
the
find
story
your
that
own
we know.
path as you discover what it means to be Na'vi. You'll explore new regions of Pandora, each with their own unique biomes.
At least
The Kinglor
well
Forest
after the first
is a
game.
lush rainforest brimming with life and dense
I
vegetation.
wonder how long.
In the shade of awe-inspiring
I forgot how long
floating
the
mountains.
second movie takes
This
place
is
after
the
the
home
first
of
one.
the Aranahe, a clan of peaceful weavers who will guide you on your first hunt and on your first flight. The Aranahe will show you the way to the Rookery, where you can bond for life with your very own Ikram. The Ikram is a devoted companion that you can name, feed, and customize.
Okay,
Experiment
rad.
with acrobatics.
I like
and
that.
Feel a rush of adrenaline as you dive from the sky and explore the open world of Pandora from the air. If you travel north, you'll get to the upper plains. An expansive grassland filled with contrasts and open views as far as the eye can
It
see.
looks beautiful so far.
The nomadic Seswa clan live here, in symbiosis with gigantic beasts called Sakru. Earn the clan's trust, and they will teach you the art of riding dire horses. And further west,
It's like the forest moon of Endor.
clouded forest, where hidden in the mist,
Where the
nothing is
Ewoks.
as it seems. Here lives the Kamatiri, a clan of healers with their own dark reasons to stay hidden. RDA operations are threatening the balance of Pandora. They build facilities of all sizes to exploit resources at any cost, spreading devastating pollution. In the process, animals are hurt and poached.
Okay.
You'll need to stop the RDA from ravaging your home. And when you are ready, you will take the fight to them. As a child of two
Kinda looks
worlds,
like
you
Far
can
Cry
learn
a
to
little bit.
master multiple combat styles. Your powerful instincts allow you to get an overview of the battlefield, mark your
Okay.
enemies, and identify weak points.
Very interesting.
Traditional Na'vi weapons are versatile and precise. You can use the longbow to hit long-range targets, or the staff sling to set up traps. For a more explosive approach, you can leverage your human training and go for the blast of an assault rifle, a shotgun, or go bigger with the occasional rocket launcher. On foot, you can also rely on your incredible strength to take down.
I like that you can kind of go back and forth
clouds,
between what
your
style you
econ will
prefer.
help you in aerial combat against the RDA. Destroying RDA facilities will have a tangible impact on your world. With the pollution removed, Pandora heals.
Okay.
You will be able to harvest the best quality material again, and craft better gear and weapons.
So the
You
more
will also
places
find
we take out,
ingredients
the
to cook
better
and
we
make
can be.
meals to get stronger. As you keep discovering what it truly means to become Na'vi, you'll improve your skills by connecting to Awa through the Tarshu plant and learn from the memories of your ancestors. Skill upgrades can improve many aspects of your character, such as your natural agility to move through the world, your stealth approach when hunting or fighting, or the handling of your weapons and mounts.
I like
Avatar:
the
Frontiers
third
of
person
Pandora is
look
a
when it
captivating
switches to
action
like when you're on
adventure
your
game
mount and stuff.
designed to maximize
I
the power
definitely
of
prefer
new-gen
that.
consoles and PC. You will be able to play the full story campaign in single player, or with a friend online in two-player co-op.
Interesting. That's
We
fun.
invite you to explore this world of wonder. Become Na'vi, and take down the RDA to protect Pandora.
It looks interesting. I don't know if I'm completely sold on it yet, but it doesn't look bad by any means. You know, movie tie-in games often do end up being not good. So I'm holding out hope for this one. You know, I'm cautiously optimistic. It looks generally pretty interesting. I'm not 100% sold on the first person aspect of it. I don't know why. This game just feels like it should be third person, if that makes sense. I don't know if that's like a nitpick or something, but I would like when they switch to the third person perspectives when you're riding your mountain stuff, that just looks way more cool and fun. I don't know why. Yeah, I don't know. Hopefully the story is pretty gripping as well. They're advertising this as a single player or at least a single maybe co-op player narrative game, and so the focus is probably gonna be narrative. So that hopefully means that the story will be good, because as much fun as just like reclaiming the planet would be, I don't know if that would be enough for me personally to like drive my interest forward, right? Like that can be a fun activity within the game for sure, is reclaiming the planet and seeing their like industrial zones go back to being, you know, taken over by nature and stuff. But for me to really be interested in this game, I'm gonna need some indication that the story is top quality, right? Speaking of the story, it's following presumably a female Na'vi who is trained by humans. You know, they wanted to turn them against their own people, essentially, make it easier for them to claim the planet. And then at the Battle of the Hallelujah Mountains, which was in the first movie, I believe, the bad people in this game F off. They go somewhere else. But now, 15 years later, after she wakes up, they're back. And I don't remember exactly how far, like what the time frame is between the first and second movie, because this, depending on that, this is going to be like a canon or non-canon. Well, I assume it's a non-canon story, but it could be like it could be like loosely canon, because it could like technically fit within the timeline of the movies, right? But I don't remember the exact amount of years in between the first movie and the second movie. Probably like 17, because I feel like Loak was like, I feel like he was like 17 years old in that movie, right? He was a whole ass upper teenager, and the rest of them were a little younger, but he seemed pretty old, right? Loak was the older one, if I'm remembering correctly. I'm not 1,000% sure, but the 15-year gap could totally work, I assume, and then they don't really have to touch much of this, you know, have the story like impact it much, if that makes sense. But yeah, the bad guys are back after 15 years, and they probably want their science experiments back and and all that jazz, and we have to stop them somehow and fight to save the planet. I doubt we will have any crossover connection to the movies in terms of characters at all. Maybe tangentially we'll hear about events that happened, but I'm not sure. Either way, it looks interesting. I like the open world. I like the general setting of the game. I'm not 1,000% sold on the gameplay yet, but hopefully by the time the game comes out, by the time reviews come out, my doubts will have been eased in some regard. Either way, depending on how it does in terms of reviews, I might play this game on the channel, and if you're interested in seeing me do that, definitely stick around. In the meantime, I'll be playing plenty of games and watching plenty of shows on the channel already, so if you're interested, stick around for all that. But otherwise, I think that's all I got to say. Thank you for watching. Again, hit like and subscribe if you want to. Support me on Patreon if you can. And I think that's all I got to say. So I will catch you guys next time.